All right. I think I'm up and running. I'm not 100% sure. Having some technical difficulties in the past. This is the first time using a different application called StreamYard because I want to share this live with somebody else. Brett Stoner. I'm not sure if anybody's on. Let's see. Yo, okay. All right, sweet. I see you guys responding. I think you guys are there. Hopefully. Sorry for being late. I'm not sure if you guys heard me. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Using a new kind of a new service called StreamYard. So I'm not sure if you guys can hear me and see me okay. Let me know. Awesome. All right, well, I got a lot of stuff to unbox here. So I'm gonna start off with these jigs. These are actually from Supreme Jigs, and I fell in love with his jigs. Appreciate the feedback, guys. I got a bunch of jigs from him. I fell in love with his jigs. Let me see. Let me show you the one that I fell in love with. The Black Magic jig here. It's kind of a finesse football jig, and gave me hella confidence with football jigs and jigs in general. So let me show you guys. I bought like 10 of these. So it's perfect for smallies because it's not huge or anything. You got a finesse hook here. And I put a little 2 to 3 inch trailer. And usually I've been using it with, let me show you. About to give away some secrets out here. But the chicken craw here with the max scent or none max scent by Power Bait. Just a deadly combination. Catching smallies with this combination with the finesse jig. Anyways, I bought 10 of those. I got a few other different ones here. Let me show you guys. I forgot the names of these, right? I think like these are like Ranger. I forgot his technical names for them, but this is another football jig here. It's still finesse, you know what I mean? It's still not a huge presentation, but it does have a thicker wired hook. It actually has the brush thing here to make it more weedless. Versus the Black Magic actually doesn't have that. So if you see here, it doesn't have those brushed guards here at all. So, yep. So I think this is called the Ranger. It doesn't have the name here. It is in this site though. He actually sells his stuff on Etsy. But yep, let me see what else I got. I got a few of those. Let me pull them all out. It might be all of them. I don't got, just bought a few. Yep. I got a lot of them. As you see, you guys. I mean, I bought a lot. I bought a lot of jigs from him, but 3 different ones, 4 different ones. This is a ball head finesse jig, and I don't think I have any of these, any ball head finesse jigs. And this has more of a skirt material, as you see, still compact. Because for the most part, I'm fishing for smallmouth, and trust me, the largemouth will still eat this. It's still a large enough presentation to catch bigs. But this one has different, more of a bigger profile because there's way more strands of the skirt material. And as you see, is a ball head here. It doesn't have a full ball head, and it has a thicker wire hook with the brush guards here as well. And then let's see what else I got. I don't know the names of these guys, but I will put his Etsy, if you guys are interested in this, I will put his Etsy link in the description, or eventually I will put it there in the description if you guys are interested. I mean, it's fire. And I'm not sponsored, or man, I legit bought these with my own money. So let's see. The next one here is another football. And thicker wire hook, brush guard. And I don't know the names for these, but it's fire. Give me a second here. All right. Let me make sure, because Britt is supposed to be joining. I'm glad this is working, though. All right. So let's see. I got a Carl's. I forgot what I got here. Okay, this is a mystery tackle box. I don't know if you guys are subscribed to Mystery Tackle Box or know what it is, but it's basically a monthly subscription, kind of like the 6 cent sack, but from Carl's side of things. So this is a Suki. I don't know how to pronounce it. Suchi bug, and it's in the black and blue. Just going to show off these. These are some crazy looking lures. Gotta give them a little whiff. These things are wild. Check them out. That's crazy. Like, what would you throw? Like, would you Texas rig this? A trailer? I don't know. Unique. Definitely unique. And I don't know what I would use them personally. It's just different. I'm not sure if I'll even throw these. And I'm not trying to hate because I love 10,000 fish. But I don't know. Maybe it'll blow my mind. It'll catch me some. We'll see. Got the sticker here. And I got a Grass Hero by Guggen Squad, which is basically a swim jig. One-fourth ounce. They threw some Kalen Jerkaminos Juniors. These are, it says the bait fish color, which is a nice looking color. Good for Lake Erie or clear water situations. Kalen's is a very popular brand up north. Probably do this with a probably 3/0 EWG hook or even a drop shot. Yeah, or a net or shaking worm for sure. Look at that action. I'm not even moving much. It's just shaking. At the top, it got all types of colors here. Pretty cool. I'm sure the smallies would gobble them up. And I got two more things. I got a little mini crank from Castaic. I got it probably, this dives 2 to 4 feet. Chartreuse blueback. Good for dirty water situations. And some hooks from Spear Points. They got that unique looking hook. I've seen a lot of people use this for fluke style rigging. And might actually do that tomorrow, which I will be doing, heading to a private pond. All right, so there's that unboxing. Put this away. We'll move some stuff over here. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome Friday night. I had a very busy day, been very busy all week, but I'm just so happy it's Friday and I get to fish tomorrow. All right, on to the really good stuff, and I think Brett will appreciate this. I don't have a lot of spinner baits, and I realized the week prior, the week prior, it was super windy, and I'm like, man, it would be perfect spinnerbait conditions. But I only had like really light spinnerbaits, like 1/4 or so. So I bought more spinnerbaits. So I bought the River to Sea Blings. Let me open them up. Let me show you the box here. Too much glare, so I want to take them out the box here. Check this bad boy out. This 1/2 ounce. So I think this would be really good for clear water situations. Throw a little paddle tail or just leave it like that with a trailer hook and you'll be set. Just got home from the river. You do any good? It's been really bad out here on my end in Ohio. How's it been for you, bro? If you nothing big, really. Yeah. What river do you fish? And I got another one here. This is actually in 3/4 of an ounce, and I got this in. This is like matted, painted white here, and I figured this will really stick out in dirty water conditions. See that? It's not silver or gold. It's just painted white. Cedar River today, and it's on the rise from the rain. Yeah, it seems like everywhere is getting a lot of rain. I mean, obviously outside of some exceptions like California, but yeah, it's been pretty tough over here. We have been getting a lot of rain. The temperature has dramatically dropped. It's like next week we're going to be in the high 30s on our lows, low to mid 50s in the highs next week. Lake Erie water temperature is currently 61, and it dropped 2 degrees in 1 week. So and Lake Erie obviously is a huge lake, so to drop that fast it shows how cold we're getting. And it's another one here, the same color, the matte painted white, but it's at 1/2 ounce. The reasons I got spinnerbaits, as I said earlier, is because I wanted to fish in windy conditions. And when the wind is super brutal, I wanted to get something heavier. So this is in 3/4 ounces I showed earlier, that earlier one with the silver blades. And I got some Mega Bass stuff as well. So I got some Mega Bass. Let me show off these guys. These guys look sick. Yeah. It's unfortunate, man, because I think it's basically right now, it is pretty much borderline winter, especially coming with next week coming along is borderline winter. So it's bound to happen. Got to accept it. So I bought one of each Let me show off the colors here. One in dark for dirty water conditions, and one for clear water conditions. 1 3/4 of an ounce and then half an ounce, I believe. Let me take these out so I can show you guys. There you go. So I thought it was really cool with these really unique skirts. It's kind of a thicker or wider skirt for these Megabass spinnerbaits. And these are called the Project Living Legend SV3 spinnerbaits. And these are like some darker looking blades. They're not just regular silver. They're like dark silver. Really cool. Definitely good for dark water situations. And this will actually be on topic of what I plan on talking about later on in this live, which are specific goals. Oh, what's up, CJ? Specific goals for next year for myself. And spinnerbaits will be on that. And this one is, I believe, half an ounce. Yeah, half an ounce. Yep, half an ounce. Show you guys the Megabass spinnerbait. What's up, CJ? Hopefully you're having a good Friday, bro. And this is I forgot what color it is. It's in Japanese. Look at this. But the color is Hasu. So this is more for a clear water situation here. Got the thicker, wider skirt material, which makes it unique. I'm sure it has some kind of different motion compared to the regular skirt here. It looks really dope. I heard good things, so decided to go with River to Sea and some Megabass spinnerbaits. And like I said, the other ones are, I got 4 total of those. JD Aim Flame, yep. I stay with it. This is basically my last box, I believe. And it's more jigs. All right, so if you guys watch Tactical Bass, and they always talk about, let me separate them before I start talking. Oh snap, I forgot I bought some fire. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all gonna be like, damn. Fire. I bought a lot of fire. More jigs. My son. Javi's down here. Javi, you want to come here? Javi, come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Come here, boy.
Did he sneak down there?
Yeah. Want to say hi? Look, you're there. Can you say hi? Say, I want to throw a Ned rig. Here. Thank you.
Wee, big boy. I'm sorry.
He wanted to be on the live really bad. Anyways, I bought a bunch of, because I don't have a lot of half-ounce jigs, so I decided to buy a bunch of Bass Patrol jigs, and these are all football jigs. Tactical Bassin talks about them a lot. Let's see here. This is in the brown and purple. Let me actually open them up. Tactical Bassin always talks about these are like the best bang for buck jigs. They have a pretty thick gauge wire here. Big football head. I think they call this live skirts. I forgot the exact name. It's not your typical silicone skirt. and this is in brown and purple. And I got that in brown and purple, as I've shown. I got a standard brown and standard black. And I got a bunch of these because they're super cheap. They're like $2 and like 70 cents or something like that. So I bought like a bunch of them. Yeah, I heard they're really, really, really good. I actually had some, and then I snagged one like 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go crazy and buy a lot of them. And so, yep, that's what I did. And I bought some swim jigs. I'm gonna show them off real quick. I got some more Bass Patrol jigs. So like the same thing, cheap but definitely hardware on them. Yeah, that's exactly why I wanted to get them, because I know with jigs, especially with like stuff that like just that's always gonna be on the bottom, you're just bound to get snagged, and it'll be one of those first jigs that I want to throw, and I wouldn't like mind if it did get snagged. They're about $3. I'm not gonna cry about it. Now if it was one of the more expensive ones, I'd be a little salty. And the same reason I bought these swim jigs, same reason I got the spinner bases, that I was fishing. I only have like 3/8 ounce jigs in general, like from the whole spectrum of jigs. So I decided to get some half ounce. I believe these are both half ounce. One 3/8 and then half ounce. And they're the same thing for this color. So I got some dirty jigs, swim jigs. Are these the California swim jigs? I think the California swim jigs. Yeah, I get salty when I lose expensive stuff. I think the difference between the California versus their standard swim jigs is that, look at that gauge on that hook is super thick. So it's meant to get thrown in and super like snaggy, not snaggy per se, but like grass. You're not gonna get snagged up, and it's definitely gonna hook them really well. And this is actually the jig I caught that pike with, and I actually broke off on like a few casts later. So had to buy some more just because, you know, the tackle junkie in me / I kind of need it, to be honest. I don't have any half ounce, and I don't have much natural looking swim jigs, to be honest. And the same thing here with this color. This one, I forgot what color this is. The Gunnersville Shad. I thought it looked good. And just want something natural. And this one is in just a shad color. It's just called shad. Just nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but it's natural looking. And like I said, 3/8 ounce and half an ounce. Half an ounce is gonna be good, especially when you're offshore and you're throwing in deep water, or when it's super windy. May even throw it 3/4 of an ounce to an ounce. But right now, I just got what I needed. Not necessarily. I feel like I lose probably per trip. I probably lose. Last trip I lost about $20 worth of tackle. It is what it is, man. I don't sweat it too much. Now, if I lose $75 worth of tackle, which I've done before, I get a little upset. But you're right. It is part of the game. It is part of fishing. It really is. And this, the next one I'm gonna show off here. Let me see. Make sure I get all the colors. And this is another one, Tactical Bassin recommended. It is I think I only got 2 colors actually, but different weights. How many fish I caught? I caught 1 fish last week. It was a very, very, very tough weekend. So I got half an ounce. I got 3 of each, and they're all half an ounce. These are the Nishine Finesse Football Jigs. And Tactical Bassin recommended. And they got that really unique football. I wouldn't even say they're football, even though they considered it, I believe. But they have a flat bottom. Almost how a pitching jig has, kind of the flatter bottom, but it's also like a football. But it's super finesse. I mean, look at this compared to a Bass Pro jig. Very finesse, a lot less strands. I mean, even it's compact, super compact, very good for smallmouth, which is basically what I'm chasing for. Yeah, it was an expensive fish, man. I was super upset last week. And super compact, as you see here, compared to the Bass Patrol and most jigs in general. I got that. That's in like a natural green pumpkin, and I got a darker one, a black and blue one here. Oop, almost dropped it. Another one here. It's the black and blue. It got the black strands here with some blue flakes, and the head itself, it's predominantly blue. Yeah, it should definitely be very good against rocks, which for the most part, that's where I'm fishing. I'm going to be fishing around the rocks and things like that. Let's see if Stoner's in. He might be busy. But basically what I was going to do with him is going to talk. You guys could definitely chip in here if you guys want. But basically talk about certain fishing goals for the rest of the year. So for the rest of the year, I really want to catch, ever since I caught that one pike, and I know for most people are like, come on, it's just a pike, bro. That was my first pike ever, and it's really hard to catch pikes where I'm at, even though I'm right by Lake Erie. It's more of a northern thing, more by Michigan, so it was a pretty rare catch by me. But ever since I caught that, I'm like, well, I want to jump in. If you could jump in, I'm gonna send you a link right now. I'm gonna send it to you through Instagram. Let me see if I could get to you really quick here. Sent it to you. Yeah, so ever since I caught that pike, I was like, I really want to catch a muskie now. So I was doing my research, and I found a spot that I think I'm going to hit up and focus on. And I think I'm going to hit up that spot, throw some big swim baits, throw some jerk baits or whatever. I was looking and doing my research on YouTube and people who have fished this area. And hopefully I could land on a pike end of year. And if I have to wait till next year, that's what I'm going to do. It's a 2-hour drive. It isn't too bad. But I got to definitely plan it out and make sure, yeah, muskies look so sick. But hopefully I can plan it out and catch one or catch something there. That'll be my first time visiting Southwest Ohio, where this spot is located. And I'm actually going to get my kayak very soon in November. Supposedly that's the ETA for now. And I'm really excited for it because I think that's going to open up a lot of opportunities for me because I'm usually at bank angling. I do have a current kayak but it's honestly trash. Like I'm constantly fighting it and not fishing. So I got a Old Town Autopilot 136. So basically it's going to have that spot lock motor. So once I'm in a spot and I want to just stay at that spot, I'm locked in. I'm not going anywhere. And that's exactly what I will need. Because one of the things I really disliked about my current kayak, even though I dropped the anchor, I will be getting dragged. I'm going to Michigan in a couple weeks. That's sick. What part of Michigan and are you going to fish there? Hopefully you are, bro. You have to. Michigan is sick. I went there a couple of times to Michigan and I loved it. So one of the few things, like I said, with the kayak, with my carrying kayak, I throw the anchor down, and I'm still like the wind is just so powerful, and the wake is so powerful that I'm being dragged. So hopefully with this new kayak, which supposedly it's not going to move you, it's going to lock me in, and I can focus on fishing. I can stand on the actual kayak too, which is something I can't do with my current kayak. So I'm really excited. I feel like it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for me, and hopefully go into sections that it's not pressured. Because if you guys know, bank angling sucks because so much pressure. Let's see. Reading here, I got some notes. And so when that comes with the kayak, I'm buying a new electronic. Maybe I'm thinking about buying the Humminbird 360, Mega 360 from Humminbird, and that's going to open up not only opportunities but a learning curve that comes along with it. Learning how to read the graph, learning to read the fish, the structure, and just it's going to be tough learning it. But I think I have a background in IT, so I feel like I'll learn it pretty quickly. Plus, I absorb stuff pretty well, and I get borderline obsessive by learning things that I really love. I do it all the time from the bank. Yep. I've been doing it all my life basically. I fished on the boat for the first time in many, many years this past early summer, and that was with Britt. And I'm in there, brother. All right. What's up? And that was with Britt, and he just popped up. Click on that link, and it should open up. Let me know if it works or not. I think CJ's going to join too. Yeah, that was the first time that was the first time I fished on a boat in a while. I'm talking about probably 10 plus years. It's been a while. So I think basically that little boat, the kayak I'm getting is basically a small bass boat. So may not be too ideal for Lake Erie because Lake Erie gets pretty savage, but I will definitely be there when it's doable. Let me know if you could join, Britt. Let's see. While we're waiting here, I do got some more stuff that I really didn't unbox yet. I was going to save it for another time, but since we're waiting, might as well show some things out. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and really means a lot. I know everyone here is super busy and got their own life, family probably, and all that jazz, and you guys sticking out, hanging out with me here. That's super dope. Cool. I got a little gift from Carl's because they had their like members week. They gave me like a beer opener, and they even got a cork opener as well. That's cool. All right. So here I got some 1/2 ounces of jackhammers, and I don't care what people say. Jackhammers are the bomb. They're way better than a regular chatterbait. And one thing I noticed specifically is that versus a chatterbait, the jackhammer will stay down. A chatterbait I noticed like to rise up. And I'm sure there's ways to change that. Like you could bend. I saw somebody bend the lip, the actual metal part of the jackhammer to aim it down more, kind of like a crankbait. Got my two biggest smallest this year on the Epic Prey Bait. What is the Epic Prey Bait? Yo. up? Welcome. Got the shop.
Yeah, just my little shed, I guess.
Nice. Welcome.
What's going on?
Not a whole bunch, man. Just over here. I'm over here opening up the jackhammers now. Got these half ounces.
My buddy was just smoking a bunch on those.
Dude, jackhammers are so awesome.
Yeah, they're fire.
It's awesome.
I-
Heaters
I-
only, guys.
I
Hey.
I heard you were talking about the Jersey trip.
Oh yeah. So like that was the first time I was on a boat. I remember telling you that. I was like, I haven't been on a boat for a long ass time.
It's an old rickety ass boat.
It was sweet though, man. I enjoyed it. Another one here. I got a bunch of them. I don't have any half ounce, any chatterbait. Like I said, jig in the jig category, the whole spectrum. I don't have any half ounce stuff. And the black blue for the darker waters. And then I don't know if you guys know, but if you guys got a Carl membership and you snag a lure or you lose it, you got insurance on it.
You got the tackle insurance?
Yeah. Flips, what's up? Yeah, so it comes part of the membership. You don't even gotta like pay extra for it.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Yeah. So you could claim like 4 of them a year or something like that. So I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna be claiming the most expensive ones.
Fucking right, dude.
Right. So I was going over some of my goals here. Let me pull up. I think I sent you the notes, but what are the fishing goals for the rest of the year for you, Britt?
Well, I mean, I don't know how much more fishing. I got a tournament on Sunday, and then I think there's one more in a couple weeks after that, and then it gets beat here.
Yeah. That's a lot of people don't understand that. Like Midwest just gets.
I mean, until that lake freezes, I'm going to be chasing them, but they're going to be offshore, and and that lake's deep, and they go deep, and it's just hard to find them. But
yeah,
if I find them.
Have you caught any bass last year during the winter?
In the creeks, not in the lakes, because like the creeks, obviously there's right. You can see the other side of them, so the fish don't have as much room to run around.
Okay. What did you use to catch them during that time?
Actually, I want to say like very small crankbaits.
Okay.
Like for some moving baits in the wintertime, I don't know if it's because they just have that build up energy burst because they've been sitting for so long because they don't want to move around. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I want to say really small crankbaits. And
that's kind of like what tactical. I know I'm gonna reference tactical bassin again, but they always talking about the burn technique during the winter, the crank, the burn, pause, the burn, pause. And,
I'm a firm believer with the long pauses.
Yeah.
Pause on the jerky, but I don't know, something moving.
Right.
For some reason in the wintertime, like even just like an inline spinner, like a small inline spinner. I had a lot of luck last year towards like before freeze over with what the hell's that thing called? The Mepps Minnow.
Okay.
Literally just an inline spinner
with the little minnow and then
comet. It's called a comet. Like I was
okay.
Smaller one and then the mid-sized one, and I was killing it, dude. Every third cast you catch one.
That's crazy because not much people talk about that.
Nah, dude. I mean, it's just like a small little. It's basically a trout bait, but you go out there and like for some reason, I guess they're chasing really small minnows.
Yeah.
The places I fish, like, because I have a small pond next to my house that I usually go down to, and it's tough to fish. It's really shallow. It's crap. It's a water retention pond, so every time it floods, like everything from upstream gets
sucked in.
There. Gets piled in there, and it's just a muck hole. But there's a lot of good structure in there from all that.
Oh yeah, I bet.
It's hella fucking shallow. So
okay. How do they how shallow? Like talking about 10 feet or less?
I think the deepest spot in that lake's like max 4 foot. It's not even a lake; it's like a pond. Like it's incredible.
How do they survive that?
Bro, I have no idea. But
it's crazy.
dude, there's 5 pounders in there. weird. I mean, they're few and far between. It's not like you're going to catch a 5-pounder every time you go, but they're in there and they're there every year.
All right. Armagoon says, do we ice fish? I personally don't. Our lakes here don't freeze over, or ponds don't freeze over, so I don't really have the opportunity. Last year it did, just because we had that little really really cold season in winter, but overall it doesn't freeze over. What about you?
No, I don't ice fish at all. I never have. I mean, I'm kind of curious about it.
Yeah. Like
it piques my interest. I just like my hometown lake. Really, it's rare that it actually freezes because it's so deep.
Yeah.
Water flips all the time, and it just stays. Unless we get like a crazy snowstorm and it just lays on the surface.
Flat.
Really, the only time it ever freezes.
Yeah.
But
yep.
Fish don't really eat too good then, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, I kind of want to head north to Michigan and ice fish because I went there last year and I remember I was like, I'm gonna go ice fishing finally, and I'm gonna do all this, but then it wasn't that safe. Plus, I didn't have the safe gear, and I'm like, forget it. I'm not gonna attempt it. But I saw a bunch of people ice fish, and it was cool because it was so different from Ohio, even though we're like only a couple states away.
Instead of everybody standing on the bank,
Yeah. Very different experience.
I mean, there's lakes not too far from me that I could probably go to. It's just one of those make the investment, but that is sketchy, bro. Like walking.
It's sketchy. It's like not worth it. Plus, I wanted to take like my daughter fishing. And I was like, you know what? Let's not even fish. We're good.
It's a little.
I mean, so didn't you place 5th recently in the tournament?
Yeah, last Sunday.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Thanks.
That's huge.
Nah, it was wild though because we went into that not having a pattern. Like the day before, I didn't catch a single.
I remember you having a really tough time. You said because I was like, it's tough. And you're like, yeah, it's tough here too.
My partner, he fishes way more than I do because his schedule's like he's like some big time real estate guy, but he his schedule's way easier than mine is. So he's out there every day, and he couldn't even find some sort of pattern. So we went in there and I was like, dude, let's just go flip banks. I was like, I don't know what else to do. I caught both my fish on a Texas rig.
Okay.
Flipping a beaver style crawfish and motor oil is what the color was. But
what was it?
It was a beaver style. It was actually Old Creek Lures. They're like some high school kids on Instagram.
That's cool.
I bought some of their baits, and dude, they caught me almost 10 pounds and 2 fish.
Dude, that's crazy.
It was badass, but it was like playing cornhole, dude. Like literally, as soon as I'd flip into the spot, like it was in their mouth, like it almost landed in their mouth. It was wild.
Do you normally Texas rig?
What's that?
Do you normally Texas rig?
I like throwing a Texas rig up against because we got in my lake we have big bluff walls, so you basically just smack the wall and it literally will drop like down the ledges, and if they don't eat it on the fall, like they're not going to eat it. So like you literally it's like flipping pads, but you're flipping a bluff wall.
Yeah.
Pick them up, like they're especially if there's a lay down or something, they're on it. But those fish were in like a foot of water. It was like their backs were basically out of water. Like it was nuts.
That's insane.
No, I've never seen anything like that in my life, dude. It was crazy.
It seemed like what was that? Was that the St. Lawrence?
Yeah, St. Lawrence was
St. Lawrence. So they have tank largemouth and smallmouth.
They got some big largemouth. The big largemouth are harder to find. You gotta go into like the they have like smaller bays in that river that have like grass and all that stuff, and that's usually where the largemouth stay. They don't like that water like the smallies.
Yeah. Water, the smallies like the rocky kind of clear environment.
Although I did pick up a nice largemouth on a bluff wall up there in some pretty deep water, but that was like the only one that we caught out in like the main part of the river. Everything else, Lake of the Isles, and Lake of the Isles is that lake on an island in the middle of a river. It's wild.
Crazy. It's wild.
The largemouth because it's all grass, and I think the deepest 20 feet.
20 feet.
They like that spot.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here. He said, I'm not going to say good job, Stoner. I'm not sure if you could see the chat there.
Comments, but thank y'all.
Let's see. August, September, see you guys. So yeah, if let's see, you should meet up with me in like January in Michigan for ice fishing. I'd be down. Just send me a DM because I'd be like down to learn that.
Dude, January is the best time to catch lake trout in Cayuga. Good catch, like
Monsters.
yeah.
Let's see. So in terms of techniques, what do you want to learn more of or improve on?
Probably
Tony said
probably
it's Tony Perrin said it's bleeping. I'm not gonna say it out loud. Steelhead season.
it is steelhead season.
It is steelhead season.
My buddy's dad's up there. He spends.
What's
like,
up, Nick? Thanks for joining, brother.
Here up there, just fishing. It's wild. He starts with salmon and then goes on to steelhead and browns.
Yeah, I think it's been picking up lately just because it's been getting cold, a lot colder and the rain. So they're definitely making moves upstream.
Well, there's still a lot of salmon still. Like where I fish for salmon, they were like sitting out in the lake. They wouldn't come up the river. They were just sitting out at the mouth.
Okay.
For some reason, so they raised the river height to try and get them to come up. And it took a lot. Like they would get like random stray pushes of salmon.
Okay.
People weren't catching them like as they usually were. But
interesting.
But they finally just got a huge push up there again, and then now they're onto the steelhead.
It's possible because the summer kind of lingered a little bit there.
Yeah, it did.
It did. It kind of lingered, and I think now it's just like, all right. Fall and winter's like, we're here. We're gonna stay now.
It's still kind of lingering. Like, I mean, I think next week's supposed to be nice. Like, at least where I live.
Yeah. Tony says, I like where this is going. He's a big steelhead guy.
Dude, steelhead. I've never caught a steelhead, but that's on.
Come through. Come through, bro.
I go right. I got a spot up where we fish. But yeah, no, definitely. I want to come out to area.
Yeah, come through. I can't personally tell you I'll put you on, but Tony will put you on.
Well, how do you guys fish? You guys throw jigs?
So yeah, I know we use jigs just based on what Tony. I'm very new to steelhead fishing, but Tony taught me to use jigs by drifting. I caught my first two this year using a little tiny 1-inch, 2-inch spoon.
Really?
Yeah. And what was that?
A shad spoon?
It was like a Cast Champ silver and blue spoon. He says jigs, beads, and spawn egg sacs. I know he's been catching them like that. He went to New York recently. Tony, right? You went to New York recently. And
where did you go?
Fish.
Black River, Salmon River, Oswego. Because they're the three main channels those fish run up.
He said the Burt Dam.
Burt Dam. Which river?
What river?
Black River? Burt Dam. I don't know what the dam is.
No idea. I'm sure you guys got hella dams over there.
Well, yeah, all of them do. They all have some sort of dam. I mean, once you get into the Salmon River far enough past, the DSR and everything, they got the hatchery. And those fish shoot up tubes at the end of it. It's crazy.
Okay.
Like the ones that make it, that don't get caught. If they survive, they make it all the way up there. They shoot up a tube. It's kind of cool.
It's the tube that they show, like, I seen on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Like, they put on a tube and shoot up.
They got it, I think, on, like, National They show
He
that.
said it's an 18-mile creek. It's on an 18-mile creek.
18-mile creek. Look that up, Walt.
Let's see what else. What else is here? I got the notes. Yeah, so techniques. What techniques do you personally want to get better at or learn? Either next year, this year.
Probably big swim baits.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the guys that get top.
All right, CJ.
Yeah.
CJ just said right when he said big swim baits. CJ was like, "What's up? Hey, I'm here. What's up?"
But a lot of these guys that place top 5, every Wednesday night, they're that one guy Keith. He's on the Bass University.
Yeah.
And he makes these glide baits, and those things literally draw out the biggest fish in that lake. There's been people that have caught 11-pound bass out of that lake. I mean, I'm not saying there's a million of them in there. There might be just that one, but there's big fish in there. I mean, they consistently pull 7s and 8s, like all for those big glide baits. So I mean, that piques my interest. I'd like to throw a couple of those, try and figure them out.
Yeah, I think I would say the same thing. One of the goals was this year to catch a glide bait or big swim bait fish, and that didn't happen. But I did notice, like you said, it attracts big fish or fish in general. It don't have to be big.
Well,
it's a big fish attractor. They're curious what it
the guy
is.
was explaining, like he does this, like he'll bomb his out, and he has like slow sinks too, just like the Henkel shad everybody sees Ben throwing.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing. And I mean, he says when he gets it down there, he's literally watching that bait the whole way back. And he doesn't have any fancy electronics on his like little boat that he runs our lake on, because it's a 20 horsepower lake. But he's like, I watched that bait all the way back, and he's like, midway through it, I'll give it a twist, because that bait is 3.5 inches from bottom to top. So when you're a fish in a murky lake, like, and you're 30 feet down, and that bait's 5 foot from the surface, it when it's looking up, if that bait's straight up and down, it only has like 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of width, like of silhouette that it can actually see. So if you throw that thing sideways, every now and again, it gives that fish on the bottom a 3.5 inch profile that it can, it'll draw it up.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, that's just a natural, dying motion anyway. Like go from a slow to a twist, and then let it even out again. And I piqued my interest. That was really, really cool information I got from that guy.
Is there a specific swim bait or glide bait you really want to throw?
One of his.
One of his.
Yeah.
He said it's kind of like a Henkel. He says.
Yeah, basically it's a one, like he has a multi-joint ones, but he usually has just a single joint in the middle, like the Henkel.
Okay.
But they're like 9-inch glides.
Okay.
But just looking at his, they're well made. And plus, I've seen the fish the dude catches on them, so it's like, what I mean?
Have you ever caught a glide bait or a big swim bait fish?
No, I'm chasing one of those, and I'm chasing an A-rig bite. I've yet to get an A-rig bite.
Same here. Like I thought for sure I'd get one by now. I mean, I only threw it a few times, but I thought those times that I did throw it, I'd be like, for sure, I'm gonna catch a fish with this.
And I've even tried, like, on the active target, like we'll find fish on the bottom, and I'll just like bomb it over to them and let it sink past them, and then just slow draw it past them.
Yeah, nothing.
And I don't know. I'll get one day. Maybe I'm just not throwing them at the right time of year or something.
That's what I'm thinking. I think when I was doing specifically a big swim bait / glide bait, like I did a mental challenge. I was throwing like in the middle of summer. Like that's the worst time I've read to throw a big, like to do that challenge. I heard fall is one of the best times to throw it. So I should have done it more towards now. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Who knows? You know what I mean? So we'll see. Let me read the description here. Tony said mag draft.
Oh,
mag draft. The 8-inch mag draft.
I want to buy one of those too.
Yeah, I got a few of them. I don't got an 8-inch mag draft, where I think they make the 10-inch as well. I don't got any of those. I got this. They got the 6-inch ones. And then Armagoon says, no slack lures. Check him out, guys. He paints glide baits and swim baits. I think I've heard of him on Instagram, or I follow him for sure. And then CJ Catch It By Fish and says, I'm going to give y'all a secret glide bait follower. Just throw a different bait in front of them after, like the frog wacky combo. Okay. So CJ, are you saying like if you get blapped, like if you get hit with a glide bait, or is it a follower and then you throw a different one?
Yeah, like don't throw the same thing back in there again.
Okay. And then CJ says, I really want a UFO mothership.
TJ will hate me on that, but I mean, it depends. I've tried that, and I mean it works. But I've also just bombed the same bait back in and caught the same, caught the fish. It's like I don't know. Crankbait season, those fish are hungry. If you have a crankbait on and you miss a strike, bomb that shit back in there.
Back in there.
Yep, get that shit back in there because that fish is hot. Like even if you stung them, they're coming back for it, especially smallmouth.
Yeah, smallmouth is just a different breed.
Yeah.
Ryan Dahl said, what up, boys? What's up, Ryan? Thanks for
What's
stopping by, bro. He's a hammer, dude.
Oh, I know.
Right? Sheesh. Hammer.
I see them smallies.
Yeah, he catches some big ass fish. Y'all seen the double glide bait rig? Nah, I have not. I seen the donkey rig for flukes, but not that one. Looks legit.
I seen a donkey rig with jigs.
Yeah?
But yeah, it was kind of interesting.
And that is interesting. You gotta probably use some very heavy line for that. 20-pound plus.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
I guess to the swivels.
Yeah. Let's
But
see if
they're
I
like almost like Ned rigs.
Yeah.
Like little like minnow baits on them.
I've done the drop shot where I use a net rig at the bottom instead of a weight, and then a regular drop shot at the top. I've done that, but all I did was get snagged.
Lose the rig.
All I did was lose my freaking lures. It's a good idea. It just wasn't a good spot to do it. It was just Snagville City.
It's got to be tough, like in your area, to even just fish with like any sort of jig, Ned rig, something that's called the profile. Because like I know the structures of like those great.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough because
you snag like all the time.
I snag pretty consistently there, but it is part of the game. Like Armagoon says, like I could throw. Let's see. I could throw football jigs this big. That's not gonna wedge into rocks, but I'm gonna still find a way to get snagged. It's Snagville.
What pound test are you running on this?
15.
15.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's finesse, I throw 15 because it's like I'm fishing around zebra mussels and raggedy rocks. It's just I've learned my lesson far too much times to like not go any lighter. If I am using like a crankbait, I'll still use 10 to 12, but some people recommend lighter when it comes to jerkbaits to get deeper, better action. I can't. Not at least where I'm fishing at.
Yeah, I'm a 12 guy. I like 12.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and then my spin rod, I run 8.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do 10 on my spin rod for my. I was doing 8, like 6 to 8 for my Neds, but not where I'm fishing at. I mean, you touch a zebra mussel and that's it. You lost your lure pretty much.
Dude, we were hooking zebra mussels with the drop shot hooks. I was like, how is this even possible?
Yeah, I think they come out the bottom and just clamp onto it. I think that's what I think. They clamp onto it.
We were pulling them up by the cluster. I'm like,
yeah. I've had that happen before. Let me read the chat here. Double clash rig is nasty. That would be nasty. Yo, double glide bait rig would be crazy to throw. This is what Ryan Dahl is saying. Now I gotta look it up and watch this mess. High low rig drop shot. Ryan, check out Crazy Bass Fisher. You gotta cast to catch. New video. If you're not snagging, you're not catching. That's true. If you're not snagging, you're not catching. You gotta throw it where the fish are at, and they're usually by heavy cover. So you're 100% right. It's part of the game, like I said earlier, and it is what it is, man. That's why I buy a lot of shit because I know I'm gonna have to replenish sooner or later. Let's see.
Buy a lot of shit.
Dangling Dave, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by, brother. 50-pound forward. Yep. Got it. What's up, country? Gang. Yes, sir. Let's see. Other for me, let's see. I got some other stuff that I really want to focus on. So, one thing I learned late this year was football jigs. Kind of like why you guys saw so much jigs that I bought. I got into that fever pretty late into the year, and I'm pretty much obsessed and trying to focus. I noticed one thing immediately with the jigs is that I caught quality fish.
Oh yeah.
Pretty consistently. I was catching big fish for the area, obviously. So I definitely want to invest more time in learning that technique and the football jig or skipping jig or whatever, and the swim jigs, chatterbait if you count that. But definitely that. I want to learn more on cranks because I only caught so many fish this year on cranks. But I feel like crank excels way better when you're offshore on a boat or on a kayak. So, in my opinion, I think that's less snag, yeah, and like, yeah, it's frustrating. They were like, if you use this, you can't snag it. I'm like, yeah, you will, man. Trust me, you're not fishing where I'm fishing.
This thing's fine rocks.
Yeah, yeah,
It's inevitable.
yeah.
I mean,
And
throw a KVD, like a KVD square bill, like the trebles they put on that thing are like enormous. It's like,
yeah, I noticed that. They're
like
huge.
double the size of like every other crank that you buy.
Yeah.
Like
It,
the trebles are half the size.
you're just bound to get snagged up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but I love me a KVD square bill.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a bestseller and a known hammer for a reason. You know what I mean?
Favorite crankbait, dude.
Yeah.
KVD's the man. That dude's OG, man.
Yeah, I listen to him a lot. I listen to Mark Zona a lot, and I listen to KVD and Ike because they fish areas where I fish.
Mm-hmm.
I think people should follow people for like CJ, for example, should listen to, like, obviously he probably does, people around his area.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Tactical Bassin is a great example. Like, I'm sure he loves Tactical Bassin because they're from Cali. They don't live there anymore, but they were from Cali. They fished the Clear Lake a lot, the Delta, and stuff like that.
Oh.
And they got techniques that will work way better for them. I'm not saying it won't work for anywhere else, but techniques that will work more for the Cali side of things.
Oh, for sure.
So for me, Ike, KVD, and Mark Zona will be my people that I follow. Plus, they're all like smallmouth heads, which
I'm fishing against Lake on Sunday, bro.
What was that?
I'm fishing against Lake on Sunday.
I know. I remember you telling me. That's tough.
They're like, we're standing at the boat at the end of the tournament, and I'm talking to Brian, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I like fishing with Keith next week." Like, I was like undercover boss. Like,
no pressure, bro.
No, I mean, people have hate for him. You know, I respect him as a fisherman. Like, the guy, still, like, he catches fish. CJ hates him.
I like Ike. I mean, people hate on him because he's like a loudmouth New Jersey dude.
Honestly, I mean, he's honestly like, he sold out for, you know, big brands and the check, all that kind of stuff. And I mean, a lot of people would take that opportunity. You're not going to turn down Toyota.
Yeah.
All these big names that are
a lot of people do it. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to feed your family. If an opportunity comes to like that with me, I'm going to do the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a money move, but I mean, he didn't even tournament fish for a long time, and now he's doing it.
I mean, he paid his dues.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm stoked about it. I think it's cool. He lives like 45 minutes from me, so.
I think he told me that when we met in person that he lives pretty close because we brought him up.
Yeah. He fishes around Valley too. The lake me and you fished.
Okay. Dude, that lake was so clear.
They were telling me that there's really big bass in there. I was like, I can't find the really big ones yet, but they said they're in there.
Well, we both lost some big fish that day.
Yeah, for sure. I think
you lost one on super deep, like 100+ feet.
Like,
that was insane. And I lost one by the rocks. Remember, something just yanked my rod, and I think there was zebra mussels there, or the rocks just broke me off.
Took it. After you left, I was talking to the people on the bank, and they said they stocked that lake with tiger muskie. So
yeah,
I mean, them muskie, they'll eat shit off the bottom. Like, I catch pickerel on, you know, Texas rigs, Ned rigs, all kinds of bottom stuff. So why wouldn't the muskie eat something like that?
I mean, I've seen weirder catches on muskies. I've seen what's his name, Pig Patrol, Stash. He caught a freaking huge muskie with a little ball jig with a little piece of worm. Not even a full worm. It was a piece of worm. And he caught a big muskie with it. Like, why couldn't you catch one with a Ned rig? I mean, less likeliness of catching one, but you still could do it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's wild.
Yeah.
I didn't
Let's
see
see.
it. I'm going to have to check that out, though.
Yeah, I'll have to find it. I'll link it to you.
Yeah.
CJ say drop shot gang.
Drop shot gang, boy. Gang.
He's trolling. He says, I'm using 10 to 12 on the river, mostly for the leader material. 8 scares me in the river, but the big water, I'll go 6-8 all day. That's Ryan Dahl. Yeah, for the big water, at least by me, man, it's just, I've broken off so easily, man. Like, I've caught fish right by my feet. They'll smack a jerkbait. Examples, mega bass jerkbaits, and you guys know they're like $20, $25 a pop. They'll take it right on my feet and then immediately run to the rocks and break me off right there. Yep. That happened to me like 3 times this year. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done throwing 8-pound fluoro. It's just going to snap. Like, there's no point. Or I'm just not going to throw mega bass jerkbaits around there. And I was like, I increased my pound and I'm not throwing any more jerkbaits, mega bass jerkbaits around there. I'm just not. Just why? I'm not going to cry. Again, it's not worth it. Let's see. Have y'all tried the Tokyo rig? I know I ain't a finesse guy, but that rig looks sick. I did try it. Did try the Tokyo rig. I didn't have any luck, but it is a sick looking rig.
Yeah, I've tried it too. I haven't had any luck on it either.
Yeah, I tried it probably early summer. I threw a beaver style on it. It was a VMC setup. Crankbait is hella fun now. CJ said that. And Country said those KVD square bills are fire.
That's my shit.
Yeah. Crush 50 or die, CJ said. And then the Country said crush 25. I think it's funny.
CJ is so diehard, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He's a diehard. I get it.
I get it though. I mean, they do 6 cents a minute do make some quality stuff.
They make bangers, bro. That's their product's good.
I mean, heaters only, right?
Yeah.
I can't stand that guy, but he's a hammer. But God, he's annoying. I'm guessing he's talking about Ike. So y'all both got gin clear. Well, I want to say Lake Erie is gin clear. I think some spots are, but I think that spot we fished at, you fished at, I would say that was pretty gin clear.
Yeah, that's crystal clear. Like when you can fight fish like 30, 40 feet.
Yeah. Like we were fishing 30 feet and we could see the bottom. It was insane. I would consider that gin clear.
St. Lawrence is pretty clear.
Is it?
Loggers, you ever see them with the cones?
Yeah. Yeah. When you can bed fish.
You can literally see like right to the bottom.
Yeah, I never. Obviously, I'm not even in a boat, so obviously I never used that technique before. But
I've never used it either, but I just see them dudes using them.
Can you just buy that like at type of warehouse?
They sell them. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they cost, but yeah, they sell them.
I'd imagine quite a few.
Anything fish related.
Right. Let's see. What's your best color for gin clear water? So let's just say there is super clear water. I try to go something super like ghost minnowy, super realistic. That's personally what I do. If I notice Lake Erie is extremely clear that day, I'm gonna go as natural as possible. Let's see, or even something's finesse at that point because the smallmouth are pretty smart. I mean, I'm not smart, but they'll be like, man, they're just pressure too on top of everything. Yeah, it'll be ghosty minnow if anything. What about you?
Mainly when I'm in like the crystal clear water, I use like you like that mango magic.
Yeah,
I like that color. Goby.
The goby color, mango magic gobies. Yep.
And just goby in general, like the color goby for Berkeley, like the flatworms, that's like the big hit up there.
Oh, dude, so fire.
Even like green pumpkin.
I was gonna say green pumpkin is a good ghost minnow for like shad or.
And they make the flat nose minnow. They make I forget what the actual name of the color is, but it's like what you're talking about. It's like a white and silver, but it looks,
Yeah,
you know, and
fire.
anything natural looking. Like
I
I'm
think
not gonna throw like bright red. I mean, bright red's always good, but not like I don't know. It's I usually have better luck with those colors than the clear water.
I've used red. I noticed. I mean, people say this all the time, and it's probably being down, but red for me works in the spring, even if it's clear
Yeah.
water.
It's all time of year, I guess. But
Yeah, I've done really well with the red lipless, red lip from 6 Sense, the Quake. I forget the specific color. It's like
lipless.
I forgot the exact color. Yeah, the lipless. your arch nemesis.
Yeah, no, I got nothing against any bait. It's not my thing. Like I literally have only ever caught one fish on a lipless.
Really?
Yeah.
I gained confidence with it late or last year or this year, I forgot. But it's definitely a seasonal thing. It's not a summer thing for me at all. It's definitely early spring. That's it.
I just got to figure out the time of year for my area with everything. You know what I mean?
Try early spring.
I will
Try it out. Let's see, because you don't live that far from me.
Nah, that makes sense. I mean, spring is like almost it's crankbait season anyway.
Yeah.
They're about to be going for those fast moving baits, the noisy ones. So
right, yeah, I do pretty good either straight retrieve or the yo-yo.
Yeah, oh, they're pretty heavy. So I mean, I don't know if it's just my judgment's bad with them. Like, I don't know if I let them go too far down, and I just lose them all the time.
Yeah, I think you want to make sure that you don't.
Keep it off.
You got to make sure. Yeah, keep it off the bottom because you're just gonna get snagged. I mean, their hooks specifically. Like I know the 6 Sense Quakes. Their hooks are huge.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna get snagged.
They're massive.
Yeah. I'm gonna read out some comments here. Ryan Dawson, I caught a 49-inch with a 1/4 ounce blade in the mouth.
Dude's a hammer, bro.
Hammer. Country said Yozuri. Yozuri makes some fire stuff too. I don't got a lot of their stuff. I do got some. I did buy some spy baits from them.
I catch striper on the river with some Yozuri plugs.
Yeah, I know they make great stuff. I mean, I love Japanese lures in general. I think they are very unique, and they definitely like take their time making them, engineering
They got some really big jerk baits, like suspending jerk baits with huge clackers in them.
Okay.
I caught like the biggest flathead I've ever caught in my life. Like,
really?
2 years ago on like a 8-inch Yozuri jerk bait. It was midnight purple. Like,
nice.
I was just bombing that thing around. I hooked a giant, dude.
How big was it?
I mean, I didn't weigh nothing. That was like when Walter was like just starting to build that boat.
Okay.
So it was like a test run, basically. We went out there fishing, and I was just bombing shit. We didn't have scales or nothing, but it was big. I mean, I'd say it was probably like 10 to 15 pounds.
That's a big flat. Stash will prove.
They're 50, but that's a big fish.
Right. I'm reading some here. Translucent colors in clear water, Ryan Dahl said.
Yep.
I've yet to try Berkeley flatworm, but I'm gonna have to find some and give it a shot. CJ, you won't regret it, man. Trust me. It'll work over there. I mean, what's his face? Greg Blanchard. He's in Cali. He catches hella fish on it.
Yep.
See, Ryan Dahl. Crazy deal on Ontario. The water was so clear, and we were blasting those smallest of watt swims on the A-rig, 10 feet visibility. Yeah, that was on the Ryan Dahl. That was on the trip with the guide, right? Where you caught those monster smallies. You caught some like 5 to 6 pound smallmouth. Yeah, it was insane.
That's some big ones, man.
Yeah.
Those lakes, dude, they hold fish.
Yeah. The Great Lakes just, and him by him, I think it's the Miami River. I'm not sure what river he fishes, but he catches some.
Oh, I know.
Donkey smallmouth.
Big ones. There's not many places in the country that have like smallmouth of that size.
And on a consistent basis.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Like it's not like every other week or every month, but like you go to his page and he's constantly hammering them. Him and his buddies are just hammering them.
Yep.
Let's see. CJ says lipless for me on the spring and fall. And Ryan Dahl says, I'm with B. I hate lipless. It's snagged all day long, man.
Bro, I just can't catch fish on them. Give me anything else.
Next.
Needle spin and a scoopy rod, and I'll catch more fish.
I'm about to kick you and Ryan Dahl out. I yo-yo fast. I barely let it touch the bottom, CJ says. And so, 6 looks this like I know, I saw him, he's like, oof.
He's like,
oof.
He's friggin' ripping them things in.
Usually plugs are big for Strapper. Just got home, hitting link now. All right. Hit up the link and we'll invite you. Let's see, make sure you're in. All right. But let's see what else. What else could I get better at? I mean, there's a lot of things, right? We're not perfect. We could always improve on things.
I think for me, it's like if I want to figure something out, I got to stay more consistent with it and not get frustrated with it and just cut it off and put what I know on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like big glide bait. I just threw one of them for the first time like ever, like last week or 2 weeks ago, and I have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, like I exactly. Like I'm throwing them, and I was consistent throwing it like in one session for 3 hours straight. I didn't catch anything, but I got followers. Yeah. Actually, did get hit. I actually did get hit a couple of times. I just never got it. They were not like fully committed.
Well, it's like a different kind of hook set too. Like,
yeah,
it's not in its mouth. It's like kind of half. I mean, it depends on how they hit it, but most of the time they hit it from the side. So you're like ripping the hooks through the sides of their cheeks. It's different hook set.
CJ said, I really want to see y'all on the swim baits. We'll see next year for sure, man. I really want to throw some for muskies. I found, like I said earlier in the live here, I found a spot for muskies, and definitely going to be throwing some big swim baits. And I have yet to catch anything actually on my swim bait / a rig combo, which is funny because it's probably one of my most expensive combos.
Shit. My muskie, I caught it on a 3.5-inch swim bait, like a white high-tech on a jig head.
But you got dedicated stuff for them, because you had that like Medusa Junior or something like that.
Dude, I caught that on my MFer rod. It took me 3 days to get it. Finally got it.
Nice. Let's see. So I'm gonna jump on to the next topic here. What's your favorite technique and why?
My favorite technique, honestly, probably CJ may call me or whatever, but drop shots.
Drop shots.
I don't know. That and crankbaiting. They're my two go-tos.
Yeah, it's hard for me to choose because there's like, if you asked me a different part of this year, I would have said the jerkbait, I would have said the Ned rig, or I would have said the jig. Between those three, definitely those are my confident lures at the moment. Right now, I can say those three. If I can't catch them on the jerkbait, I'll try a jig. If I can't do on the jig, I'll do a Ned rig, and then I'll do a drop shot. If I can't catch on a drop shot, I just confirm there's no fish there. There's no fish there.
That's like just all right, throw a Senko. Like
right. Exactly.
You at least find that there's fish there in general. Throwing something like that.
Yeah.
A drop shot, like I don't just throw like a small hook. Like depending on what kind of bait, because like drop shots you can do basically anything with that. You can tie on like a Texas rig hook, You know what I mean?
I've seen people do that. Greg
Like,
Blanchard uses that
dude,
a lot.
Top shot. You can throw it on a bait caster, and it's weird thinking about it like that. But like, what's the difference between that and the Tokyo rig? You just extend that weight. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and sometimes that presentation is different. So
I'm adding CJ in.
big C.
Yo,
Hey,
Yeah, what's cracking, boys?
what's up?
Shit,
going on?
not much. Hey, I'm not hating on the drop shot, bro. I'm still gonna be throwing that thing.
I'm not hating on the lipless, bro.
Only difference is you ain't gonna be throwing it.
Dude, I'm a miss.
Try it when you're cranking, regular cranking. I bet you a lipless will be fire too.
Yeah, no, well, you know Walter. You met Walter. He throws liplesses and kills it. Like,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? It's
You know what I think you would kill with? You need to get one of those suspending liplesses, Stoner. Because you said you throw 12, right, for your cranks? Dog, I'm telling you, you get a suspending lipless.
They're hard to come by from the Quake series.
Yeah, they really are, but
I got a few. You know I had to get some.
yeah. But
them though, they're all hidden right there, just in case, you know.
I think what's that brand? Lucky Craft. I think Lucky Craft has a suspending LV, don't they?
I didn't even know that suspending lipless.
Yeah, there is a such thing as that. I know EMA has this brand name. EMA has suspending liplesses.
Nutty, dude. Nutty.
Yeah. Because I got a few of those. And I'm like, man, I don't want to throw them because I'm like, these are hard to come by. Like you don't even hear people talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, lady with the lure?
Yeah, this is. That's how I'm gonna feel about when I start throwing those new provokes that I ordered, dude.
Are those the slow sinking ones?
Yeah, but they're like limited. Like I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna keep it on like production line type deal. Like I think it's just here you go, Dunzo. Kind of like how they did the deep diver a couple years ago. Yeah, and then it just never came back. Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna try to do with this. So
I wonder why. Because I mean, if it sells a lot, if it sells out immediately or almost really fast, why wouldn't they keep producing it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're losing opportunity to make money.
Now what they're doing with the team rods too.
Yeah, they're doing that with the team rods, but
Dude,
I don't know. I don't know about those team rods, honestly. Like I was looking at them, and they look just like ESPs, except for the handle is just carbon fiber.
Dude, that's sick.
Like, I mean, it's dope, but I was just like, you guys took an ESP and just put, carbon fiber on the handle, like, and added like $60 more to the price tag. Like, and y'all know me, I'm diehard 6. But when I seen that, I was like, the fuck is going on right now, dog? Like, oh, excuse my language.
like first the black pegs to clear pegs.
The clear pegs, dude. Oh my lord. That was I had a long talk with Justin about that. I was like, that's outlandish.
Yeah, because I get the email. I'm sure you guys do too. And I was like, new review. I'm like, where's it at?
Clear peg stoppers.
Right.
Nice.
Hey, I'm gonna go punch with my clear peg stopper in like 80-pound line and like a 1 ounce weight, huh? I wonder if they're gonna care about that.
Right. I can already see the Instagram post. Like, I caught this fish because of the clear pegs.
Nah. It ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter.
It ain't. It really isn't. I mean,
it's cool. Yeah,
it's cool.
I see what they were trying to do, but honestly, I think that was just like a money play for the casuals. Yeah, they're reaching.
They're reaching.
They're getting all the casual anglers, and those guys are like, oh yeah, I gotta get those. Like it's gonna get me more fish.
Yeah, it's really not. I mean, especially considering if you're dropping heavy weight, a lot of that stuff is coming from reaction bites. They're not paying attention to that stuff.
So big factuals.
Yeah. So CJ, I'm gonna go back to some of the stuff we talked about earlier. What are some fishing goals for the rest of the year for you? I know one of them top of my head, but go ahead. I think I know what you're gonna say.
My biggest goal right now is just that swim bait bite. I really want to get the first double on that draw. But I just got in that new custom bait today, and I'm like, damn, I got to catch one on that, and I got to send it. I got to send it to Stoner because we're gonna do some things with that one for real. I'm gonna catch a monster on it, and it's coming straight to you, bruh.
That's that yellow perch color too.
Yeah, let me. Where is this damn thing?
Yeah, go ahead and show it.
Let me show this thing. This thing, the pictures online did it no justice, dude. When I got this in the mail today. I don't even know if you guys get to see that. Like,
I see it. Oh yeah, that's like a yellow perch for sure color.
Yeah,
that'll do some damage in the ear.
Dude, this thing is, it's nasty, dude. It doesn't even feel like it's 3 ounces either. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go smack some fish with this.
That thing's clean, man.
I had some guy try to tell me, he was like, they don't even have perch in California. You're gonna throw that, and I was like, "Yeah, watch me get one with it. Watch."
I've seen people catch fish on people catch fish on clown colors, and how often do you see a bait fish looking like that?
Like that lipless I was throwing last week. Bright freaking yellow on that thing with like red dots. The hell is that?
Look how many people throw for like walleyes. They throw like.
Oh, I throw clowns for walleye.
Yeah, like you throw like purple dots and like green and like no such thing exists that looks like that in Lake Erie. We still
I do that for stripers too. Stripers love clown colors.
Like there's just certain species that like those colors. Like I know smallmouth love like chartreuse and like that clown color. So there's no such thing as bait, by us to have that clown color. So a lot of it just come through like curiosity and reaction bait. That's really it.
I'll tell you what. When me and Baker we went to Fresno a couple days ago, there was like islands of ponds, dude, and we hit a bunch of them, and they all had different like water clarity. I get to one spot and it's like gin clear, and I'm looking at Baker like, "Fuck, dude, I only brought like dirty water shit." And he's like, "Yeah, just go ahead and throw my glide." I was like, "All right." I start slinging out the glide. First time I've thrown a glide in like gin clear water, and dude, when I tell you I had like 2, 3, 4 pounders, like packs of them following this glide to the bank, I'm looking at it like, what the hell? And Baker's like, bro, that's real. I was like, yeah, this is for real. It's a whole nother ball. The Storm Ariashi, dude. Okay. And that thing is, I'm probably gonna cop a couple of them. Honestly,
they're actually pretty affordable.
They're really affordable, and they swim real easy, dude. I was telling Baker, I was like, this is cheat codes. Like, it doesn't take, you know how you get some glide baits, like you got to really like work it. That thing, anybody could pick that thing up right now and throw it. Honestly, like it swims so easily. It's I don't even know. I know I'm gonna order a couple of them though for sure, because I'm about to be smacking them this week.
If you could give one tip to people like me and Britt in terms of glides or swim baits, what would that be?
Leave everything else at home.
That's scary.
Simple as that.
That's too scary.
I know it's like hearing that sucks, but I started getting my fish when I started leaving my other combos home. Like I noticed I would tell myself like, oh, I'm gonna take one other setup just in case, like, and then I would go and I'd fish the glide for 30, 45 minutes, and I'd get all discouraged, and I'm looking at my provoke bag, and I'm like, that looks real good over there. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest tip is just, you got to throw it and you got to keep throwing it, and you just got to make sure you ain't got nothing else that you could pick up.
That goes off of what I was saying about being consistent with something. You know what I mean? Like, just keep throwing it. Like, I'll throw it, and I'm like, shit, I ain't getting nothing on this thing. Dude, cut it off.
Yep.
You come too quick to cut it off.
And all of my glide fish that I've caught so far, they've all hit it like at my feet, dude. So like the whole time I'm fishing it, I'm thinking like, you know what? eventually something's gonna pop. Like something's gonna happen. I'm gonna do something right, and I'm looking at the structure that I'm fishing. You know what I mean? You guys have like, especially Stoner, if you're on a boat, you got to get it positioned correctly to make that angle cast. You know what I mean? To get it coming through. So I'd be watching my glide bait come up to me in the middle of the night, and then heart attack city. You just get wrecked, dude. Like,
well, when you're on a boat, it's just easier to chase the wind. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
When it see wind beating on it, move over there. You know what I mean? It's so. But when you're on the bank, it's like if the wind's blowing across the lake, what are you gonna do? Drive around it, park up, and hope it stays blowing at you.
Pretty much.
It's
And
like
then you get there, and then the wind turns. You just
that's what I mean. It's like bank fishing. I still bank fish. I bank fish all the time, but it's boats are definitely make fishing a lot easier.
yeah. Boat. Any type of thing you get on the actual water with elevates your game completely. Elevates it because walking around reservoirs is it gets rough.
I've seen you and Baker like hike like 10 miles.
No, we be doing it. Like we be really doing it just to find that one. You know what I mean? Everybody's looking for that one, so it gets rough walking them damn banks. Luckily, surf casting taught me a little bit about. All right, it's gonna suck balls for like 90% of this until you find what you've been looking for. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna step out real quick. I'm use the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys.
Handle that. What's good, Stoner? I see what your setup in the back. I'm looking kind of whopped right now. My bad.
It's all good.
Oh man,
this is just like all my retired grandfather's antique lures.
Yeah, that's tight though.
The dude just collected crankbaits. Like he had, I mean, they all fish. Like they got teeth bark in them and all kinds of stuff. But he had a lot of everything. This is one thing I'm trying to pick up on this year. Flipping spoons.
Oh, okay? I know where you got that one from. Let me find out you're over there pitching spoons into 5 feet of water, dog. Let me find out.
That's one of the game plans. Try and learn.
I've been honestly like risking it for the biscuit with my glide baits. I've been tossing them like right on cover, dude. Like right on them. Like I see a log, I'm throwing it right next to that thing, and people are like, "You're tripping!" Like
that is scary. I mean, but you're like the type of dude that's gonna go in for it.
Oh, 100%, bro.
It really don't matter.
It really don't.
I've seen you in the water already chasing your lures. So it's like tackle insurance. You got.
Yep. I got that full coverage. No liability over here.
You getting that shit? Oh shit!
Fucking hell. Yeah, we gotta do a live with Jay a lot more. This is tight.
Fucking right, man. I'm gonna have to do a live with my woman's probably gonna be complaining.
She'll be alright.
She'll be alright for a little bit longer.
Huh.
What's up?
What's up, baby?
What's up? All right, yeah, but I was showing them. I'm not sure if she saw this, but I got some hella stuff here.
Oh,
you saw the Mega Bass spinner baits I got?
Let me see those things.
Sheesh. Let me show them.
He's like,
what was that?
No, because Stoner knows. Spinner bait's kind of like my lipless and Stoner's world.
Yeah. He's over there getting
those are wet, dude.
That's badass.
Yeah. I like that skirt material right here. I bet it got some extra action for that.
Yeah, I like those.
For sure.
Yeah, and I got the black and blue for darker water.
Wonder how those toss around.
What was that?
And I wonder how those blades toss around.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious.
They don't look heavy or nothing. They look. I'm pretty sure those will roll.
I think these are. I got 4 total, both in the same color, but one in 3/8 and then 1/2 ounce. But yeah, Got a bunch of crap here, man. You know how I do, man. Once I go all out.
Yeah, you
I
got
go
all
out.
the tackle.
I go all out. Yeah, I didn't even unbox everything.
Oh, he's drinking a beer. Hold up.
Got a brewskis. Also, I mean, cause y'all here and nobody else is here, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show people watching, but I'm gonna show you some cheat codes. Y'all want some good trailers? These are fire, man. The Chigger Craw.
Oh, yep.
Dude.
I actually met a kid today at the lake that was throwing those.
Dude.
Just a different color.
Dude, them
Chigger
power
Craw.
bait.
I got the regular power bait, and then I these are new to me. The max scent versions. And I bought a bunch of them because I know how they go quick. I bought a bunch of them. And I got.
God damn! What the? Hey, save some for the rest of us, dog.
If it sold out, my bad.
That's why I can't get my hands on them.
For real.
Because once I see, because I know Maxen, they be selling out quick, and I'm like, bulk order.
Yep.
Like on
So,
that's what I need to start doing more this season. This upcoming season is bulk ordering because
I'm bulk ordering.
I started off, bruh, I swear to God, when I first got into the game, I legit went on the site and bought one of like each bait, and I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. I was just like, all right, I need one of each.
What was that? What you remember buying?
My first bait was a swim jig.
Okay.
The Divine.
Hey, there you go. At least you had taste.
At least you bought the first thing around, dude.
Right.
And then Provokes was the rest of that story. As soon as I found out how to roll a jerkbait, it was over. I was like, yeah, I'm not buying anything else.
What do you think you were so good naturally with the jerkbait? Because I mean, I feel like you started bass fishing this year or late last year?
Late last year, November. Oh no, September.
September. So September, is it something to do with the spook style fishing that you did for the stripers?
Yeah, I think so. It kind of just like intertwined because you walk a spook. It's about similar like the action, except the jerkbait's underwater and I can let it pause. Well, you could pause a spook too, but it had like similar actions to it, and I love power fishing. Power fishing is just life. I got too much ADHD to sit still and be like, is my line moving?
Not
the Wiz says hi. That's my dad. What's up? What's up, Dad?
Thanks
for stopping by.
Why people can't like big fishing and drop shot. It's slow. It really is, but that's how you get the bites.
I feel like the like finesse fishing for me, like I get it. It's slow. Like it's not like you're gonna be like power fishing. You're gonna be winding a lot, but I do get hella bites, and from time to time I will catch a decent fish with it. You know what I mean? And sometimes, honestly, because where I'm at, I like kind of like just hella pressure.
Sometimes that's just like my tester to see if there's fish in the area. Because like you'll send a drop shot down and you'll catch like a small little perch. And it's like, all right, there's a perch down there. There might be a predator. Like, or you'll drop it down and not get anything. Because I mean, it's like guaranteed something's gonna try and like nibble on it or.
Yeah, that's true.
Something.
That's so true, man.
Go 20 feet. Move 20 feet. Like 20, 30 feet. Just keep scooting. If you're on a ledge or something, you don't get bit here, move 30 feet to the left. Just, that's from a boat.
Even from bank angling, like, honestly, that's what I do. Like, if I'm not catching, like, for example, like, here's a great example. Like, I think it was last weekend. I mean, I didn't catch any fish in the situation when I was getting bites. I wasn't catching. I caught one fish after 2 hours of fishing, and then I'm like, I tried everything. I was trying to power fish, jerkbait, crankbait. I was using a jig. That's how I caught one fish. And I'm like, man, last thing I could throw is either the Ned rig or the drop shot. And I'm one with the drop shot. Immediately, I started getting bites with the drop shot. But I think it was gobies or something because it was super small and I couldn't hook into them. But I would cast every so. I would move a little bit more over just to see, just trying to, specific spots I'm trying to hit. And I would get hit.
From the bank.
Yeah, from the bank. But you know how drop shot is from the bank. You're just going to Snagville.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but the drop shot, I do not like throwing worms on a drop shot. I really don't. I noticed that this past fishing trip with Baker, I was using like a small little minnow like style bait, right? I just hooked it on the head. And first cast, I was getting hit on it. And I looked at Baker. I was like, I might like this right now. I really might like this. And the whole day I was getting blapped on that thing. And I was like, why do not get bit on a worm? And I think it's because, you know how you guys said like you like to throw those flat worms?
Yep.
I've noticed that like those smaller profiles on the drop shot just get hit. Like when I throw a robo worm on there that's like this big,
Yeah.
it just doesn't get touched for me, at least. It just doesn't get touched.
I see I can't think of his name. You're a dude that you fish with and you got him a striper. I can't think of his Instagram handle right now or his name.
Tight lines.
Yeah, tight line 65.
Joel.
Yeah. He catches still on drop shots, robo worm all the time.
He smacks him down in King City.
Yeah.
I hit him up the other day. I was like, I'm about to make a trip down there, and you got to show me what's up with that.
Paddle tails?
No, it's a regular 6 to 8 inch flat tail robo worm.
Yeah, he's using a regular robo.
Dude, we crush them in my lake with those too. Like that's usually the bait because it's big. Like we got murkier water, so like the bigger profile of that worm
would work out. Yeah.
Like I can't in my lake the Berkeleys don't really do good because they're so small. Plus, there's no gobies in my lake. You know what I mean? So that's just a bait imitator for me. When I go up north, they have gobies, and that's what they eat. But the robo worms, dude, we catch the shit out of them. It's weird. The first time I did it, I was like, this is like doesn't seem right. But when you like bomb a drop shot out and then swim that back to the boat, it like the tail is crazy.
I was gonna ask y'all too, what's your length from the hook to your guys' weight on your drop shot? What's your regular?
Go ahead, Jay.
I mean, I was gonna say about 12 to 16 inches.
Yeah, I change it. I mean, depending on what's on the bottom. Like if I'm dropping, if it's 12 inches and I'm still catching grass on the hook or something, I'll bump it up. But anywhere in that range.
Oh, okay. See, I've been putting it way too low then.
Well, yeah, it depends too. You know, like
I'll usually start long. And then as the day goes on, I'm busting weights off, and it just gets shorter.
You get lazy. You don't want to retire because I swear a drop shot is such a pain to retire. I get so mad.
It really is, dude. I hate retying that rig.
8-pound main line, and then I'll have a 6-inch from the bottom. Like I use drop shot hooks with the swivels.
Yeah.
So you tie different lines. So I'll do 6 from the bottom to the weight, and then like if I'm gonna break something off, it's gonna be the weight.
Okay.
Time the hooks.
Yeah, over time it just gets smaller, and then it ends up being a little Tokyo rig.
He said ends up being a Tokyo rig.
Yeah. Yeah, I would recommend if you really want to like see the power of the flatworm, get some.
Yeah, I would, but most of the inventory's at your house, so
yeah.
I'll ship you one.
I'll make you a little goodie bag.
Yeah.
Tackle Warehouse's name, it's really Tackle. The warehouse is over at Jay's. For real. Man's got it all.
Tackle junkie for a reason.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I'm probably gonna give the drop shot a lot more of a go this season.
I would imagine on a boat it would be even better because you could like just vertical fish them like
yeah. That's how I caught my first drop shot fish with that spotted bass the other day. I was standing on top of like this, I don't know, it was like a dam or something, and it was like 30 feet down. And I looked at Baker, I was like, "Watch, I'm gonna get one on a vertical drop right now." And he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." Toss it in there and blapped it. I was like, yep, it's 10 times easier if you're, throwing it on top of their heads than casting out 30 yards and trying to drag it in.
It's
when you're trying to drag it in, just if you're going that route with it, just go with a lighter weight. I mean, unless there's current. Because like I'll drag, but I'll throw a lighter weight on. And I mean, obviously it takes longer for it to get to the bottom and actually get that feel for it, but the lighter weight's not going to fall into the crevices as easy. Plus, using teardrop drop shot weights as opposed to the cylinder ones, they work a lot better. At least for me.
Country said, "Can't wait till you get that autopilot in. I'm coming to test drive that MFer. Not for real." Hey, I'll let you test it out, bro. We should fish.
Yo, stick them on it and then drive them around with your thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'll guide him. I'll give him a guide to Lake Erie. Hopefully not in a really bad situation.
Hey,
like
Country's got the most custom kayak I've ever seen.
It.
My man's really did it with that one for real.
He went all out.
Dude, that thing is badass. Straight up.
My kayak just like sits in the yard and just rots. I'd rather struggle on the bank than get on the yak. I'm like,
me too. Dude.
For real, dude. I can't do it.
About that this year. We talked about it earlier this year. I'm like, dude, I'm so angry at my kayak. I'm constantly fighting it. I don't want to fight you. I want to fish. I'm like, I give up. I'd rather fish on the bank and not struggle.
Gotta bring an anchor, dude.
I did.
Dude, even the anchor don't even work, bro. Because out here, I don't know how it is out there, but dude, the reservoirs out here just pick up wind so quick. Around 11 o'clock, noon, you're done. Like you're done. You get that. I can't do it. Yep. And plus, I've been on a boat a couple times now, and I'm like, what the hell is a yak? You know what I mean? Like, like I need to get a boat, dog.
You got bougie quick.
I got a taste of the good life. I was like, I like that.
Don't you or someone got like some kind of boat? I forgot.
We do
aluminum boat, like an aluminum boat.
The team has a boat. It's just nobody wants to work on the damn thing except for me, and I'm like, you guys suck.
It's that aluminum boat, right?
Yeah.
You and I forgot his name. You guys were blapping him on the crankbait like earlier this year.
Oh yeah, Azariah, as a Paloozers.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's whack if you got to fight as CJ. You got to have an autopilot in Cali. Hey, facts. But I tell you what, autopilot in Cali is like $6,000, so I ain't gonna do that again.
You could order. You gotta order from the Echo. You gotta tell them, Country, the Echo website. I'm not sure if it changes the price from where you're at though. I wouldn't think so.
Nah, I don't think. Well, California's California, y'all.
Probably with the taxes, yeah.
California is one of them wild states, man.
Dude, I couldn't do it.
Beautiful, but everything else is wild, man.
Yeah. I couldn't live there.
I don't think so. Either.
There's some benefits, but there's a lot of downfalls in Cali.
Yep. For sure.
Let's see. Let me see if I can share my screen really quick here. I'm gonna show you guys something I learned. He said he's gonna have a load of taxes and registration fees. That's true. That's one thing I do gotta remember, that when I get my kayak, I gotta register it because it has an electric motor.
Yep. It's a boat.
Yeah, it's technically a boat. I'm pretty stoked, dude.
That's gonna be sick.
That's gonna open up a lot of opportunities for me.
Dude, you're gonna be consistently catching 4s and 5s.
Yeah, like I feel like once I get the kayak, I start understanding the electronics, it's just gonna be open a window of opportunity for me. And
it's gonna be game on for you, bro. Yeah. Stop playing. He's being humble with it, chat. He's being real humble with it. Trust me, this dude's gonna piss off a lot of people out there.
Sure.
He gonna pull up on the yak like, how's it going, guys?
My bad.
Straight up.
No, but this is a lot. I'm gonna show some things I learned, and I kind of briefly told the group chat, and I think I told CJ as well. I'm gonna share my screen real quick over here.
Yo, what'd I do with my beard, dog? What?
Let me know if you guys see my screen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
All right, cool. So one thing I learned recently, and I'm gonna give a shout out to, his name is Johnny from Fish the Moment. He's a channel on YouTube. I would highly recommend checking him out. But anyways, this is one of the maps, specific lakes I plan on fishing a lot. It's called Magador Reservoir, and it's southeast of where I'm at. It's about an hour away, and one of my dudes actually fish here. So if you combine Google Earth along with Navionics website, let me find it here. So Navionics is I think Garmin owns this now. So if you go to navionics.com and you go to chart viewer and you pull up that specific map, you could actually use this really well with Google Earth Pro. And for me, Google Earth Pro, what makes the difference between that and the website version is that you actually drop pins here. So I know specifically I went in here, and if I zoom close enough, I see there's a fallen tree. I created this pin here letting me know, hey, there's a fallen tree here.
Oh,
Drop off. So drop off here is 2 to 12 feet. And the only reason I would know that is because I combined the Navionics stuff here.
Yep.
That's sick.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's honestly smart as hell. I'm gonna start doing that.
Dude, without having like electronics, like
yeah, I'm just trying to pre like get ready for the electronics. So if I don't have one now, I mean, if I decided to go fishing on the kayak, at least I know, hey, look, I know I got this set up and I know where this stuff is at.
Dropping pins all over the lake.
Exactly.
That's tight.
So right here, I put 2 to 12 feet. So if you go to Google Earth, here to the Navionics, is around here, we know that it shows if you look at the 2 here, it guides it is 2 feet here, and it drops around 12 feet, even 18 feet if you go over here. So it's a huge drop off. So one thing I learned about the mapping, the sonar mapping here, is that if the closer the lines are together, that means it's going to be a sharper drop. If the lines here are further apart from each other, it's going to gradually go deeper. So I know for sure in here, in this area right here, it's going to have a huge drop off really quick, because it's going to 2 feet to 9 feet pretty quickly if you look over here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can see that hillside underwater for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, these are techniques that I'm starting to learn, and I want to share with you guys. I think it'll be beneficial, especially if you're gonna, like, if you haven't been to that specific lake and you're trying to break it down before you go. I mean, I think this is a good pre fish opportunity for anyone here.
That's sick.
So yeah, Google Earth Pro is free, and the Navionics chart, you don't even got to sign up or anything. You simply go to chart viewer.
Yeah, you put me up on game with Google Earth Pro the other day.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure that out for a minute. I was like, how's everybody doing this? Like,
yeah.
Time lapse type deal.
Yeah. So yeah, the time lapse. So that's one thing. Let me bring that up here. So for example, let's see. Let's look at grass. This is a great example of how powerful this is. Let's find grass here. So here's specific time. It's grass, right? So we find grass here. So there is a timeline here where we could see.
Oh, shit.
Let's go earlier in the year. Like, it's kind of glitchy. It's not the best.
Yeah, but it gives you an idea.
Yeah, it gives you an idea here. So here, you don't see much grass here. So, like, this is in March, is it?
Yep.
April, I believe. So April, yeah. So the grass obviously didn't grow just yet. So, but if you go into, like, let's say this, you see it starts seeing some grass in June. Go a little bit towards September. Let's go different. July, you'll definitely have grass. See the difference between March or April and then July. You'll see that by July it'll be pretty much covered in a lot of grass. So these are, I mean, good opportunities for you to, like, break things down even throughout the months and the year. So it's a very powerful tool that I'm learning to use on a consistent basis. So, yep, I just kind of went around here and made pinpoints. So I know right here, let's go to.
What is that, the dam? Oh, no, that's the road.
It's a bridge. So I made a man-made bridge. So I know for, like, in this example, I know this is probably going to go into the water, and I could probably throw a crankbait here pretty confidently and to hit bottom and not worry too much. So obviously, depending on the structure. So if we go back here, the tree piles, I could throw a Texas rig. I could throw a jig, a flipping jig and stuff like that, and be pretty. Keep it in mind where these locations are and what baits I could use. Kind of like like I said, like pre-game fishing.
I know this sounds crazy, but I love throwing jerk bait shallow into cover like that and bringing them out.
No, yeah, people even crankbaits stuff
great.
like that.
That's good technique right there.
Yeah, throwing crankbaits. Yeah, as long as you're like going parallel with the trunk or you'll be good.
The reward is definitely worth the risk on that.
Hell yeah, indefinitely.
There's always a fish in your ass.
Oh, for sure.
I always look for like spots that I think like, oh yeah, not everybody's gonna want to throw there. Like nobody's gonna want to toss over there, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It works for you.
You're
catching fish, keep it up.
Oh, for real.
This is a pretty big. So let me see if I can find it. Actually,
that's a big ass body of water. Sheesh.
Lake Erie. Like, so that lake that we were looking. Let me show you guys. Right, so that's this lake, right? And it was pretty huge, right? But
yeah,
that's Lake Erie.
Damn.
Yeah, so that just puts in perspective how big Lake Erie is.
Yep.
And that's not even the biggest one. Like these are two bad boys right here. All right.
Yeah, and then that one's Lake on.
Then Lake Superior obviously is really up north, but
yeah, I wouldn't even know where to start if I had to hit something that big. Holy hell!
I mean, honestly, it's some parts are really obvious. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, some parts are pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Like right here,
mm-hmm.
It goes 6 to 12 quick, and there's going to be structure. Let me see if I can pull up Google Earth in the same spot.
This is tight.
Yeah.
I'm definitely about to download that other app too.
It's honestly just a website. I don't know if they have I don't know if they have an app itself or a program. But as you see here, you're going to compare to Google Earth or the Navionics, I should say. I think this is it. Now let me go back. So let's see here.
Right there.
Right there. And then let me put this here as well.
I have to get going in a minute, boys.
No, that's cool. Yep.
Same.
But that's some good.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, this is exactly it.
Yep.
So you compare to the Navionics side for the depth, and then you use Google Earth for like the locations, specific like structure that you want to hit up. So here you see exactly it. So around here in these docks, it's going to go from 1 foot to 10 feet really quick. Even 20 foot if you look over here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, specific spots that we hit up and the rocky points. You'll understand how that works.
Once you get your kayak, man, like I'm telling you, like if Erie's set up like Ontario, those fish are steady 30 to 40. Like you find that, you're gonna find fish.
Yeah, it's a matter of adapting to that mentality. Because I mean, I've been bank fishing pretty much all my life, so
it's definitely weird. You're like, how am I gonna catch fish in this deep water? It's like that's
yeah.
A lipless crankbait or a blade bait or something like that, like that's good shit to have because it'll go right to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. That's how I caught my PB. I threw I think it was like a half-ounce shaky head in like 30 feet of water. I didn't even feel the bite. I just saw my line just start moving, and
Yeah.
I looked over at my cousin. I was like, "Watch this!" Cracked him,
That's funny.
and then I
One thing
snapped my rod.
he was like, Nani.
I was juiced though. I boat flipped it,
I
snapped the
know.
rod. I was like, "Yep, it was worth it. I'll
No,
take
you
that."
are. One thing I learned also is if you ever see like these specific things right here, like in the middle of the lake where you know everywhere else is deeper, that usually signifies that there's like some kind of hump or
Yeah.
a sunken island. See how like around everything here is deeper, but within these spots right here, you see that it's 3430. That usually means there's some kind of hump or a sunken island.
Like a hill or something, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good spot to probably hit up because it drops off really good.
Well, plus you have a 360 degree of that hump that you can fish. You know,
Yeah.
so like if they're not on this side, you can travel around that,
Yep.
and potentially find a school level. They might be on the backside of it.
Yeah.
Here's another great example, even closer to the from land, and another one right here. So, just another things that I wanted to share with you guys and anybody else who's watching here. That take advantage of the free apps. I mean, these Navionics.com is a free app. You don't got to pay for it. The same thing with Google Earth Pro. I mean, these are free apps. Everybody could utilize it. It's just a matter of like learning how to use it and putting in action. Obviously, this is all theory based.
Good tip, though, dude. Like if you don't have the money for electronics, you have a cell phone in your pocket.
Yeah,
You'd be
exactly.
I know a lot of bank bangers that carry around that little sonar ball thing that they cast out. I would do it, but I'm afraid I'm going to cast that thing off. So I'll just, know.
Just like you're going for, bro. Just go after it.
Yeah, but I look at it like I'm cool. I'll take the loss on that one.
All right. I seen Grant Blackchard use that. I think recently.
Yep.
That dude's a hammer.
He really is. That dude. I'm still trying to catch a Contra Loma, and he's over here making it look like cake work. I'm like, ugh.
Dude's a beast. But all right, well, I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping in, and everybody else who watched.
Gang.
Appreciate you guys stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.
All right, fellas.
Take it easy. Easy. Have a good night.
Yep.